Well, hello again, listeners and viewers of the Unifier Hour. Wanna welcome one more time to the Unifier Hour this afternoon, evening, and morning, depending on wherever you are at the globe. We they welcome on our all. I also want to take this opportunity for welcome the one day we can listen after we done broadcast. We can replay. I want to say una self welcome. We happy for get una on board for can listen to waiting the unifier, Dr. Richard Konteh, get for as plans and hopes and dreams and aspirations for we beloved Sierra Leone. As usual, I just want for make una share the link as much as possible. The very link we una use for join with, do una share them. Una can catch we on any of we social media platform them. They're right there for you on the screen. So we day on Facebook, we day on X, we day on LinkedIn, we day on WhatsApp, we day on all these social media platform there. We also get two number there where una can call for reach we. If una they make a WhatsApp call, una can call we on +232 75 052 135. And anybody with the Europe or North America can call using the number 1-778-732-2180. When I welcome again, and you're listening to the Unifier Hour. As usual, I want to bring on Dr. Richard Konteh, the Unifier, for come say hello. Dr. Konteh, welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Valda. Fambul them, we say wherever we day at this time. I want to say good evening from Freetown and good morning and good afternoon wherever we find with ourselves. And a pleasure for day again this evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. Well, we listeners and we viewers, I want for just remind we say we day in a month where we they take some time for celebrate women them, for celebrate their achievements and successes, then struggles also. We just celebrate International Women's Day yesterday, March 8th. So this program today, we want to focus on women's issues now we country. We want to make people then understand a little bit about the background of the plight of women, the social status of women, and some of we struggles and maybe some of we successes also within the country of Salon. Obviously, me self na Salon woman, and I know say I can give a personal example in this case. I know say plenty time I not can bring anything personal about myself, but I come out from a family where my daddy now being one boy picking among several girls, and inside in family now the boy picking then put school, the girl picking then not put them school. Thankfully, because my daddy not been the oldest when he done, he tried to put his sister in school. So most of them go school, but not to them all. And we know say that in a common story na salon. Why? Because people then they look say girl picking the potential for like get belly when it is school, and therefore then they look and say they don't waste money per all the school fee where then go don't pay up to the point where that belly they go come. Um go be, just a loss. It not go be an investment, it go be losses. In fact, as I dey talk, I just remember one we neighbor when I've been the same thing in Pekin, just hit from three, now I get belle. The mommy begin the pull sink and the Pekin saying been feel saying a lawyer I born Bill Nakoro. But the boy picking it all, he managed put them school. So we know say equality, not all something where we can take for granted for women in a salon in terms of education. But I want for make we explore a few other areas where we want for see women make strides inside we country. So, Dr. Conte, I want to ask you about something. I know say you get a magazine within they call the Unifier magazine, and I can read them. And I noticed say the last episode you dedicate them to women. Can you tell us why you dedicated it to women?
Well, we dedicate the magazine this time to women in recognition of the fact, say, this month, now they celebrate International Women's Day on on March 8th. And so we want to join women for just identify with them and acknowledge the different roles we they play in the lives of we all would exist in this world. But more importantly, we also do this special dedication for just recognize the wonderful things and the wonderful roles where women they don't play in our lives. Me can single out me mama, for example, and the important role where he play in me entire upbringing and the sacrifices where he make for me to become who I would so today. In we family life, we get a lot of women we don't impact my wife, my daughters, my sisters. They all don't impact me in different ways. And even in my social life and my interactions with the public, they don't come into contact with many women of valor, many strong and important women who don't make their own contributions to society. And I just feel say this may be an opportunity for showcase women and for acknowledge the roles where women can play and for say we in the Unifier movement, we believe in women and we get confidence in the ability of women for deliver and we believe say given the opportunity, women can do wonderful things. So for this month of March, I want to say congratulations to our women the world over. I want to say we have you in our thoughts, we have tremendous respect for Una and we believe in Una and we confident. So given the opportunity, you can excel.
Thank you again, Dr. Konteh. I want to ask you something. If they're in a position where, if I ask you, okay, let's say that I ask you for if you get for choose a word for describe the standing of women in Sierra Leone, what would it be and why?
I would say outstanding. I would say outstanding because several women we don't excel professionally wherever they don't find themselves. In the area of finance, one woman will stand out a lot of therapies, the Auditor General with a sack just because he upright and he believes say the right thing will happen. We get Christina Top as Chief Electoral Commissioner, know the outstanding role where he play for women in this country. And in the political field, we get so many outstanding women from Zainab Bangura to Yvonne Akisoya to Sylvia Blyden to the late Mami Afsatu Kaba to Diana Konomani, them to you name them. So many women, and we get more recently Haja Kala na NRA, we get Jatu na EPA, we get Mrs. Bendu, we be then SLRSA. All of these are women where then give the opportunity and then prove themselves. In cabinet, we been get a lot of other women where President Nkrumah been give the opportunity for serve. So we see in the military, in the police force, in the teaching field, etc., we get so many women that will excel. And so we believe, say, given the, I remember there was one time where I even do an evaluation of the ministers and heads of parastatals, Sierra Leone as chief of staff. And when we do the parastatals, we find out say now woman they can first, second, and third. Jatu na EPA, Hajakala na NRA, and Mrs. Bendu na SLRSA. They excel when they get the opportunity. And we believe say we get so many other women. We get Miata Kagbo them, we get Marie Jalo them, we get so many women where they get the opportunity, they excel. And we believe say there are women out there that can do it. So for me, outstanding.
Okay, thank you so much for that background, the way you give it. You say the one that we excel not because they get the opportunity. Waiting opportunity look like for women there na salon? Would you say that women have um, equal opportunities as their male counterparts, or is that an area of challenge for we country?
I cannot say they have equal opportunity. I think say most times we just dey pay lip service to this issue of giving equal opportunities to women. For me, when I see, for example, then give a whole public holiday on the 8th of March, they say for celebrate International Women's Day, I dey ask myself, of what significance is this holiday when women are not even allowed to have an equal chance in the place of work? When women are not even allowed to have equal opportunities in sports? When women are not allowed to have equal opportunities in politics? When all the odds are stacked up against our women? I believe say the best way for celebrate with women and for give them opportunities, for make them actualize their potentials. Now this make, for example, in the reign of President Kuruma, we'll be talking about the generals, the Commissioner General, the Accountant General, the Auditor General. We had so many, but not even generals in the army. We can first appoint women as generals in the army. So we did all of these things for sure, say women can do it and should be given opportunities to do it. But this not continue. And we believe, say, right. And so we, they think, say, even when we been get the issue of education, many women then, for give women then the opportunity for make them excel themselves, we give granting aid to all women them where they go university in public universities and go study the sciences. Because we find out, say, very few women then they actually go for study medicine, go for study the engineering and other sciences at the university. So for make we encourage more and more women then for go there and actualize their potentials, we government being give automatic granting aid to the types of people, just like how we give automatic granting aid to the physically challenged. So I believe, say, these are the types of things what we need for them. Even this issue about saying 30% quota for our women, I think say now understatement. I think say they deserve a lot more than 30% because they occupy over 50% of the population of this country. And so if we look at proportionality, then it means women are also entitled to at least 50% of key positions in government. And it is not that they are not qualified, it is not that they are not out there, but that society don't make us such that the woman that they feel shy, they're not they come out. And me want for encourage women, come out, prove yourself, enter politics, show us men that you can do it and even do it better. I have confidence in you and I know you can do it. And together we can work for a better Sierra Leone.
Okay. There's a number of places that I could go with this, but I want for take from this angle. You mentioned, say, the opportunities where women then being granted under President Koroma in regime, it not seem for continue. Yet we know, say, there's been a lot of noise in Sierra Leone, a lot of the news sources, especially in January of 2023, news sources were ablaze with this landmark law where they say this is a landmark law concerning women's rights, and women were going to have 30% quota. And this is one of the reasons why the 2023 elections was run on proportional representation as opposed to first past the post. My question to you is, should there be a quota, and is 30% where it should be at? Are there other methods that can be employed to improve and increase women's participation in public office?
Make I take you back. The Gender Equality Act now work in progress, not to the beginning of a process of empowering women. The APC government been give a lot of rights to women. We pass legislations where ensure say the woman then get opportunities. Take, for example, before the APC government came into power, even the right for make a woman inherit the property of a man, then they say pass, they're married in a legal court. APC passed a law where say as long as the man and the woman they don't live together for 5 years, automatically, whether on are married or not, it is considered legal, and therefore the woman gets rights. And then it go a long way for ensure say the woman their rights are not trampled upon. Because before that, they see woman go down there with man, they don't assist the man, they don't come up. God forbid when anything happen to the woman, you they see the family they come, they push the woman aside, then grab all in the process. Even the picking them will come out of that wedlock. Then they left them, made them suffer. And then the extra people go just come and usurp all of those assets where the man left. APC do that. APC also do a lot of things for empower women and create opportunities for women. So it's work in progress. And this act is just one of them. But I believe, say, as good as the act might be, we need to move beyond just an act to actually looking at the realities on the ground. Are we fair to our women? Uh, 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 have we not seen an increase in rapes, an increase in attacks on women, an increase in gender-based violence in Sierra Leone? Is there a reduction in all of these issues? I don't think that there is a significant reduction. I think there's a lot more that we need to do for go beyond just passing laws and acts to actually ensuring that we take concrete steps for change the situation of our women. You bring the issue of the Gender Act and the proportional representation. We will not need for introduce proportional representation as a means of as an electoral system for make we give women more opportunities. I believe political parties for imbibe a culture of creating space. I'm not a fan of affirmative action because oftentimes the way they present affirmative action, the one that was a big book, they present as if just a privilege, not to era. You know really measure up, but just for make we give una a chance to decide affirmative action. No. I don't see it as such. I believe we have competent women out there. I believe women can do it, and therefore, as of right, women for be given an opportunity to do that. I believe, say, as parents, we get for invest in regal picking them. As politicians in society, we get for create opportunities for women for actualize their potentials. And I believe, so when we do that and then come out as professionals, we also give them opportunities for serve in key positions in government. They will excel like others have done, and I believe so all will be well for we. So, yes, it's good to legislate some of these issues, but more importantly, I believe we, the men, we, the politicians, foresee value in women and give them opportunities where they deserve, where they merit, and make sure say them be part of the governance architecture. Not a law for can force for do we for do because we convinced that the right thing for do.
Okay, very good insights there. Dr. Konteh, I want to ask you something where Boku Umande, they afraid for get into the political arena because of a general understanding or a general belief, say, where you see woman enter politics, then they begin disrespect them. And then one way like them respect, they no want for get that kind bad name they. Then go cost them, call them prostitute, call them all kind, derogatory names. And now one of the big thing then done they wake make woman they kind of shy away from getting into politics. Is there anything inside salon where the man then can do for try for curb that kind behavior there?
We get to change your mindset. We get to change this we believe as men, this chauvinistic belief, as well this macho attitude as we get as men for say the women are for the kitchen. the men are for good at night for the for the veranda. It's wrong. And we take this even to the workplace. I don't think say it right. This issue about this cause, this, in the past, where we've been get violence in politics, it been reach a point wherein good people, intellectuals, be shy away from politics because they feel say, I know I made them go to me, I don't want to make them mess me up. But then when we shy away, when the good people shy away, we allow the bad people to flourish. We leave politics in the hands of the bad people, the mediocre, the wicked, the wretched, the hopeless, and then in the process, everybody suffers. So I want to encourage women as much as there are people that still get these wrong tendencies for say women must not lead. We make them say, yeah, tell them, yes, you can. And together we can make a better Sierra Leone. Women have to come in and stand for their rights. I support all the initiatives where they push forward for empower women, for create opportunities for them, for make them learn book, then actualize their potentials, get good jobs and come out there. But I have to also encourage them when they come into politics. Challenge us, the men, and prove to us that you can do it. And do ya. I don't want for make at the area but any people them they denigrate women them. Women are people of virtue. Women are people of exemplary character. Women are people who have suffered and sacrificed so much to make us what we are today. Let's respect our women. Let's give them opportunities. Let's appreciate them. Let's honor them.
What about this idea, Dr. Konteh? What about this idea where man then they talk openly in political circles say, now the man then get for give and power. Now the man then get for give the woman then power.
No, I may not share that view. If democracy is about voting and it's one man, one vote, then I believe say the woman they're supposed to always win because they did the majority.
That's true.
I think part of the problem where we get now Sierra Leone, now that whenever any woman come out for any position, the greatest opposition where it gets that from a copy woman then. Now that make they say that man they get. No, I may not share that view. Me the one for encourage, even from my days in civil society, that has always been my position. Women should be there for other women. Women should support other women. And then when you are supported and you get into a position of trust, make you not use that your position there against you company woman then. Because when I talk with one woman a few months ago, I said, maybe believe me, I believe say woman forgets a particular position in politics. A woman tells me, hey, God forbid, then they wait and gear, it go turn against with the woman there. It's not right. That is the psyche where we don't develop. That's the mentality where we don't develop. I think say women have to be there for each other, and when women then get into positions, then get for support the fellow women them and give them more opportunities for men to actualize their full potentials. Be there for each other, support each other, and when the opportunity comes, vote for yourselves. And believe it or leave it, you can easily have 40-50% or better.
So it's a cascading effect. One woman in supporting others will be able to bring others in. Actually, a very good idea where me they like the sounds of. Let me move a little bit and ask you how you will classify women empowerment. Would you call it a right, a privilege, or a responsibility, and why?
A responsibility. As politicians, as leaders, we get a responsibility for empower women them as of right. Because women also get a right for actualize their potentials. Women also get a right to education. Women then get a right to good jobs. Women then get a right to occupy positions in society. So I believe say now a responsibility what we get, I will not foresee, and I can tell you, I don't like affirmative action. Because when we talk about affirmative action, they can, okay, we give them now because we don't say 30%. No. They should have the 30 or 40% or more as or because they merit it. By merit, not to by favor. And I believe we have women out there that merit it, and I believe we have to give them that opportunity to actualize their fullest potentials.
Okay. Well, you been mentioned something about the grants. I believe an education grants for women the way don't manage for enter tertiary level education. Say they had some education grants where go help them for pay for their education. I wonder if the program they still they in place for we women then, because this is a new piece of it.
During the reign of the APC, 75 to 80% of the fees in the public institutions was paid by government for everybody across the board. So if you recall, when the fees been there around 8 million leones for the year, government been they pay over 5 million, close to 6 million for everybody where they get admission into university, and the parents be only required for pay a little over 2 million when the fees were about 8 million for everybody across the board, regardless of who side you come out, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of anything. Everybody, government subsidize the fees for everybody. On top of that, government will give grants in aid to deserving students. And so almost everybody will be they go second year at university. Most people they go second year at university, they get automatic grant in aid. On top of that, if we they go first year, government will they give grant in aid to women where they go for go study the sciences. On top of that, government will give grant in aid to the physically challenged where they go to tertiary institutions. This was the package where they under the government of the Ernest Bai Koroma. So, but I'm not too sure say it continue that way because the rate at which we see people they drop out of universities now because of fees. Whether they come to we on time we see up and the fee structure. Whether they send out to you, the state say this amount will be paid by government. This is the amount you have to pay as a parent or guardian for the picking. I know the be so. Now if they say 30 million, 30 million. They say 20 or 20, and the parents can get forget. And forget scholarship now or grant in aid, you have to belong to one political party or the other for make you get them, or you be very connected. It is no longer the right where you get as a Sierra Leonean for your government for spend money on you. That is why when we as APC come back into governance very soon, we go ensure say we create that system, but more importantly, we go introduce a student loan scheme. We go ensure say no student no go drop out of university again. No student will drop out of the tertiary institution because in papa or in mama they will pay for that. No student will have to subject himself or herself to all types of immoral lifestyles just because he want for raise fees for pay for himself. As of right, you will go to the bank, you will the bank will process the loan, you will get your loan. The only thing is that you will be bonded, and we will require you for complete your studies and serve your country for X number of years, and in that way work out a means where you could pay back a percentage of that money the way government spend you. I think say it will be okay. It could be slightly more expenditure for government, but when you compare to what government already been do before, the difference is very minimal. But more importantly, it will give opportunities for make we help we picking them. We want for land, make the land, but make it not be say you get for be rich for making land because this country. Some of we, if we not been get scholarship, I don't think so for able land. Because it be for difficult for we parents them for pay we fees at university. Because it turned out that about 3 or 4 of we, when we papa born, then at university at the same time. A poor teacher, a mama, a poor housewife, no magic, nothing. I remember one occasion where me and my younger brother William made they go third year at university. William they come first year at university. Papa get for giving money for make we go to university. He get for pay for William, he get for give me pocket money for let we go. But Papa not get the money. He be go all out for friend who sign for trust. When he finally able to get the money for trust, for release we for let go to university, Papa boss cry. He say now he don't know say if he not been there alive, we not be for able to study. And this is the plight where many picking them they go through. And so I can identify with their plight. I can identify with those situations, and I believe say something needs to be done. If I'm not being end up for get scholarship, if William not be end up for get scholarship, no magic, no day maybe for make we able to go to university for dropout. So like today, we for don't be dropouts. And could you imagine the loss we for don't be to we families and to this country? That situation needs to be reversed, and the APC is committed to it. And when we come back, we will continue from Musa we stop and make a difference for people in this country.
Okay. Doc, I want to ask you, I'll switch a little bit, just a very slight switch to the whole cultural mindset with it, because a na common talk for your and they talk say, oh, we see woman get education no more, they team up on top of money aid. We see woman land book small bit, they mix so. And then you look at then kind talk and then you look at the education level of women then when you think about the education rate. Man them I think are around 60%, if I remember the last stats who I read correctly. And women there still there in the 20%, with the 20th percentile for education. And when you also look at this in the context of the fact, say, Sierra Leone is male run, it is male dominated. Why are we seeing such disparity? Like, why is it that women's education isn't given more priority when we know, say, like you don't even give me evidence when you do the evaluation, it was women who came first, second, and third in their responsibilities. Why are we seeing such disparity?
Okay, you don't bring in 2-3 different issues. The first issue make them very clear. If you look at the performance of women in schools, you see say plenty girl picking they can't force by the class. So they're not full. The only thing is that because of we culture, get situation wherein we see the situation, you talk about your daddy, the situation wherein your grandparents there decide not to put the girls in a school and put the boy picking in a school because they believe say after all the girl picking there go married, they will get belly, then they go born and get for themselves. That is the mindset where we get the cultural mindset where we get way wrong. And that needs to change. Women and men, boys and girls must be given an equal and unfettered opportunity to actualize their potentials. And that is the way to go. On the issue of how men they perceive their spouses or their wives, when they become educated. I think that a case of inferiority complex. I not think say any man for feel himself inferior to his wife. I don't see in the developed world, women, the vice president of America, Kamala Harris, I see in husband, the supporter. He's very comfortable with that. I see Nancy Pelosi, in husband, they support in wife, no problem. I see Nikki Haley, in husband, the supporter, no problem. You see, me, in my own little way, I know the role where I play for make me wife get to the level where it get. And if I get the opportunity for make it go past that, I will. Because any support where you as a man provide to your wife, that support to your family. And if we look at her from that point of view, that if you support your wife, you have supported the family, and if you support the family, you have supported yourself as part of the family. I think say it doesn't therefore be a problem for you. And then they admire me, PA, for example. He don't support you when for go university, for go study medicine. He will come out as a pharmacist if God make you go through in course successfully. In an arts man, in study pharmacy, in a different field in pursue, but in their line where for go through that, because when that woman they come out of there successfully, now the family they can build up. And when the family build up, then when two together, we will bring up the beginning the way we want one step. And so I believe so we as man them for change with mindset. Stop this inferiority complex. Let's support our women to make them actualize their fullest potentials. And I believe say life will be okay for everybody forever thereafter.
Thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. Very pleased for your answer there. Me fumble there with listeners, do you way to go on a quick break? And I want for tell Una say, I'm sure sometimes Una go they think say, wow, then they talk about woman them, but we not see woman them. Well, obviously, we cannot have a conversation about women without having some women in the mix. So certainly we go bring Una some woman there, we go join in after the short break, and we go hear from them on certain matters. Thank you so much. Let me take a quick 2-minute break.
For quality education for your child, Leone International Academy is your best bet. The school offers quality education from daycare to nursery, primary, junior, and senior secondary levels. At Leone International Academy, the students get the best from a pool of well-trained and qualified teachers. The notch about the school is that French is compulsory from classes 3 to SSS level, computer studies from nursery to SSS level. The school provides well-structured, ventilated, and spacious classrooms with adequate sitting accommodation. Bus services are provided to and from strategic points, negotiated by both parents and the administration. The school has an ultra-modern laboratory and state-of-the-art IT facilities. A boarding home facility will be provided this September 2018. Parents who wish to send their children to the boarding home should come mid-August to register their child or what.
We the students go for brilliant performance in speech, writing, coursework, name it all. I just can't wait for the boarding home facilities to come in September 2018.
I'm looking forward to taking the BECE exams in July 2018. Passing the BECE is not my worry, but passing it well is my target.
Friday, the media team gives reports on weekly activities in and around our school.
Working on a report to give today during L&DS time. This is what we do every Friday.
What I like most is to report on the happenings at the canteen and the playground area.
Bring your child or what to Leone International Academy at Momo Drive, Juba. For more information, please call on mobile numbers 079 549 080 or 079 603 560. Leone International Academy, is the best in town.
Okay. Well, now welcome back, we viewers and listeners around the world. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I just want to remind you, when I say we're there on all these different social media platforms, them, and they invite you now for share the link when I use for join in. Um, so I want for in just talk to Dr. Konteh one last time. I want pose one last question to Dr. Konteh before I bring in we woman them. Dr. Konteh, I want for ask you about the younger generation. You know, the young woman then coming up. We know say we don't talk a little bit about the mindset. In Salon now, one of them country then where picking there, they get the opportunity for dialogue with their parents. Them it's the parents say and the child does, and whenever picking try for bring up like a dialogue, then it's looked upon like FTI. The child is being disrespectful, not listening and obeying their parents. So for a young woman, we go day in a family where then all support in school one, they want marry her off. Are there any options for someone like that? And whose message you go get for we young woman there where they can't up, where they weigh all of them things they are, where then challenge there, where they flaunt them.
Yeah, I believe those challenges are there. They are real, and I believe say every parent for take deliberate steps for overcome those challenges. But the beginning itself, I want for encourage and say where such things become eminent. When you see say or they become imminent, you see say that what happen to you. Yeah, we get FSU, the Family Support Unit, where you can go report to, and I believe say appropriate measures could be taken for protect you. We also get sorry heart organizations them. We also did it for protect the girl child and ensure say their rights are defended and protected. So I believe say for take full advantage of that. I want for appeal to we girl picking them. I want for talk to we girl picking them for say una do ya, una na precious jewels where God don't give you. No, not allow make any person mislead una. I know say many times things are not easy, and because of that, una very vulnerable. But I believe say if una patient small and una bear, una learn una book, una go actualize una potentials, and all una sufferings could become history. Una look out there, all of those successful women that you see, make them your role models. Nothing say it be easy for them. If you get close to them, they will tell you the difficulties where themselves go through, what them bear. And today, they don't excel themselves. You can do the same. You can be a champion. You can make a difference to Mama Salon. And I want to encourage we all to make we work together. And for we, the man them, we, the parents, we, the mama them, we, the papa them, allow we support we girl picking them and give them the opportunity for make them actualize their fullest potentials. And Sierra Leone will be a better place with all of us working together. Inclusivity and the watchword. And I believe that together we can make a positive change.
Thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. A very important message to we young one them. Do ya una no say una day in the middle of this and una day now we heart. I want to extend an invitation now to a woman where we go hear about some of the issue there from the female perspective. So I want to bring on Mrs. Abiose Pierre. Make E can tell we how do. Mrs. Pierre.
Hello, Pambo Dewanadu, and thank you for listening.
Okay. Mrs. Pierre, as a Sierra Leonean woman yourself, I want to make you paint the picture of the average woman in a salon, if there's such a thing, from like cradle to end of life. within you see the life of a woman's, average woman looking like in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, average. I'm glad the way you say if there's anything like that. When I think about women, I know they think about average in a salon because I understand Dr. Richard mentioned few names where now names are really where we for look to, where some of we now their names and they would all look up to where we small and up to now we look up to them and admire them, which they don't do. But when I think about the average woman at salon, I think of suffering. I think of inequality, what they talk about already. I think of lack of access. I think of lack of freedom. I think of women the way EB say they not get their voice, they not hear their voice, or they want to say something, but really they not get room for that. For me, growing up in a salon and even now, when I think about salon woman, them now than they I think about.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Andy. You mentioned suffering, you mentioned lack of freedoms, and you mentioned voicelessness. I want to take the idea of suffering. We know, say, in the Sierra Leonean culture, one of the things they wouldn't they look at as a big achievement for woman, na for you married and born pikin. Yet plenty thing inside them married there, woman then they suffer violence. Violence in the form of physical violence, um, um, withholding, abuse I want to use the word abuse in the sense of withholding funds, verbal abuses, and it's almost like they go through this and the perpetrator they get impunity. I want to make you talk a little bit on that one day.
And for sure, salon na a country where na male dominance. If you think about it, patriarchal structure. It's a belief that the man them get power. A belief that within the man say 940 map. And I think as a nation, really we need for work on that. We need for start from the grassroots. I understand all these laws and rules that we didn't make, but when you not tackle the roots of a problem, and obviously they able to solve them. I read an article where the United Nations they try its best, but yes, first of all, the thing where the happen at salon is the child marriage. Now we get for stop. We get for fight that, because when you fight that, you go able for give these women them things the way they need. When pikin don day is small, you go give am to man for married. You don't cut them off from a lot of things. You don't cut them off for me to get access to education. You don't cut them off for they get access to good jobs. You don't cut them off a lot of opportunities. So therein, if you don't go put some married, you don't get access to education, you don't get access to money, you don't get access to good health, then there's a problem because now they emotional abuse, physical abuse, and sexual abuse they happen. Because then they're not able for faith. They're not able for then we just sit on it as if it's normal. And it's not, because you don't take away all the things them way for make them for let them be independent. I know saying a word than the way we African culture now it's not only Sierra Leone anyway. When you talk about independence, they all the shiver, thinking, oh, where am I independent? No one for take control. No, that is not what it is, really. We culture need for understand that for say being independence not mean insubordination, not mean say you're not going to follow the tradition. That is not what it means. But if you don't put speaking into that tight box, then it's like all this abuse, this emotional, physical, financial abuse. It seems like it's a normal thing because they not get access to all of that. And honestly, I hear you doc say we get social service them. In my mind, what are they gonna do? You go hear the woman say, no, let go back. I don't go take care of me picking because they don't get way for support themselves. So then we just get for go back and act as if it's a normal thing.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. I also want to bring somebody else into the studio. I want to bring Mr. Usman Kamar because I really want to make you up more on this talk small, whether or not from the man's perspective or just your perspective. But Mr. Usman Kamar, come on in and say hello to our viewers and listeners.
Hello, Pambulem. How will you do?
Okay, Mr. Usman Kamara, I don't know if you've been there you with discussion just now. But I want to make you
I'll be there on a discussion, but brief me a little bit. With you. Happy International Women's Day, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, the talk is, inside salon, we know say one of the major milestones then for women, we considered a big accomplishment, now that able married and born Pekin. Now, one of the major areas then down the way salon women then they get identity and respected identity. But inside them married then they plenty time women they suffer abuse, whether not physical abuse on in person, mental abuse, and the kind of abuse where the man go withhold financial support, but still expect for come home and can eat. You don't go pull chop money, but you expect for come and can eat. And if he come eats no day, you go beat the woman. So, and all of these things seem to be happening with impunity. So Mrs. Pierre been mentioned, say when you think about woman then a salon, some of the words that really come to your mind, now suffering, lack of freedom, and no voice. So now that one I say,
listen, that they come from a woman too. They come from Scandinavian women, so we understand more. I'm not a woman, of course, but what I've heard, which I don't hear and which I don't see, and the culture where we grew up in, it's sad because we know say there is women abuse where they go on in the culture, and because of illiteracy. Okay, because of illiteracy, most of the women them, especially in the province, choose for go through the abuse and stay within the marriage because they get this thing about, well, the people are not going to be blessed if you come on at the marriage when they abuse you. But again, if you stay there, you get killed. You definitely don't make your picking and suffer. So for me, I think part of that culture, the lack of education, and the lack of exposure, and the lack of self-esteem, and the lack of really an oral tradition from them, mama them, we don't tell them, say, we didn't host, we demand they beat you, once you did it, you did suffer, you defend blessing for you picking them. That's the word. And sometimes it's wrong. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. But again, they go say, now, you don't kind of with my country, you don't get with my idea. Understand? So now I make you think so. But me feel say a woman has rights and women they're smart. Women can do maybe everything men can do. All right. If not even more. So this idea of then they abuse them, then proceed on day, or then they go married early. Certain cultures, before they begin, they get 14, 15. They can't go to man already. And you find out, say, there's no maturity. Because you don't even know who that in be. You understand? You don't even know himself. Because at that teenage years, now the time where you try to understand your looks, how you feel, and you try to know your body changes. So imagine at that tumultuous stage, as a teenager, then go give you to man. Maybe, in fact, now we culture, the big man for that matter. You understand? Maybe where will be your papa self, right? Okay. So you get this young 16-year-old, go married to like a 50-year-old man. You understand? Where really she don't even know what it is to be married. But now it maybe a mate for a big woman, and then I had to do all the chores, all the work, and then they beat them, abuse them, Then you find out, say, he wants in kind age. So he begin cheat, find a younger man, and maybe that man able to satisfy him too. So you find a younger man. There's a lot of dynamics. There are a lot of factors. But all I say, women in Sierra Leone, we get to break away from that culture. Say, hey, well, it's okay now for beer for the picking them. When they kill you, they are abusing you. You've been killed, and you say now for beer. Where you go get your family for can't talk for you, or where you go even the social services not there. There's no such thing. It's there in legislation and books. But you call advocacy. You go on social welfare. The same culture, the same chauvinistic culture. When a most man then they when I forgo beer, no all. Then they put the woman down and make it feel like you know get no advocate, you know get nobody to support her, you know, and because the culture not support a woman for taking a man going to police, you know, because your mama said will tell you say, hey, now for beer, I let the picking and get blessing. Now for beer and they pull me teeth. Anyway, just my own perspective say lack of education and also ignorance and the culture and you know it's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. There are women that are suffering in households, and then their own people and they tell us, say, go beer, now put it picking there. So now we'll get blessing. Then get blessing, then they kill me.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're gonna be surprised for say not so only lack of education. Also just to come in, woman they way age, certain age where and reach and just feel say it's okay, they're not gonna get man anymore, and they will just sit on the and be misused and abused. And we get educated women where also then they in the similar situation. I think it's all about the structure and the culture where we grow up in.
But then confidence too. Then that woman who is educated don't have self-confidence, knowing that they can pursue and they can. Let me tell you, as a man, I will tell you this perspective. A man is always scared and respect a woman who knows who she is. When a woman know who she is, a man respects you. Because the man knows, say, with or without you, she can survive. And she has confidence that she can make it. You got people who women who make money past Monday. And so it is scared for like a man safe. It had for like a man because all man afraid. I can't control her, and I'm the boss lady. And then they support the house. So you find out say sometimes now for empower the woman, make himself get so much confidence, like say, hey, I'm glad you're here. We can coexist. But trust me, if you think you can go. I can take care of myself. You know, I mean, we got
you are amazed.
Okay, wait, Laka in for 1 second because this conversation it go, you know, it's now something we really needed in our culture. I'm glad the way we get this platform today for even begin to discuss. But make I give another personal example. My mama is a master's degree holder from Canada. She lived in Canada for many years before my papa go back salon when me daddy go decide say, well, me not Muslim, I want married back. Okay. Me mama, you know what he tell me? He say, then tell and say, bad man better pass empty house.
Empty homes. Mm-hmm.
So in the beer for that reason they. Now, my question is this. Primary care of children is the sole domain, if I not over exaggerate, of women. Now, woman in the men picking a salon. You will get here and there a man where go be involved, but primarily now woman the men picking, which means that we the woman then they continue then kind doctrine then they teach we girl picking then kind doctrine then they. So we self, I believe, say for take some responsibility. But here's where I want to go with this. I don't hear man then they talk say when they talk about and I still there on this issue of abuse of women. I don't hear man then they talk about married and the kind woman where they go married and not married. Some man where they tell you say if woman no go bondo in the torture with a 10-foot pole, yet that bondo go one day. It's not it na a challenge for woman day. Mr. Kamaya they laugh, but not a funny topic.
They laugh because now the other way around with the man they look up, but it depends on that culture, man.
But I don't hear him man then talk say in especially the traditional one, they like them paramount chief, then kind of then say they know they married woman, we no go bondo. Yet bondo they affect women there in so many ways. Without hearing so many stories. I don't want to go into this because I know it's a very sensitive cultural issue. But I just want to touch on that small because we go be completely off key if we talk about the plight of women in Sierra Leone and we don't mention bondo because it's a major issue.
Well,
let me go first.
If I can say something small before I also come in.
Okay.
Are they totally against the female? Are they totally against the female genital mutilation? I am totally against it. Okay.
Listen.
Because the main thing, because of the repercussions to the woman, I don't see them. The infection, the lack of satisfaction, it's all control. Okay, put it that way. For me, I look at say now a way to control the woman and make it submissive.
So
that's my perspective.
What defines who we are. I'm not gonna say are they against or not for it. My thing is, if woman want for go, they let them give the opportunity. No, no do wait and small. Where you say you not get the choice. Because I know woman the way don't come over, see her, then decide say they want it. Older women, because maybe the way the culture and the culture and defined we. So we they choose whose culture.
No.
The culture. I think when we are older as a woman, we for choose who's part by the culture the way we want. But right now, woman they're not give you opportunity. Where them small, then go put sending. I don't me they against me, not they against them. Say they're not for one. But let the woman go enough, able for making your decision and decide. Because some picking and they wouldn't put, they wouldn't go up, they don't want her. And I understand it get a lot of repercussion, like infection, a lot of it, and dissatisfaction. Some women and the way they die there from some women and the way they come out, they're not able to born picking because of the infection and other complications the way they happen with that. So so now I think say my opinion is let it be, let the woman old enough and decide if they want to go or not. That is where equality begins.
Well, it is a choice. It depends on the person, like you say. But in we culture, like we talk about culture, you don't have no choice in certain parts. They will push you as young when you don't even know the physiology and the psychology of all of it. They will force you to go do it. Okay, that's what I'm against. Let the woman don't grow up. Let on turn 21. They want to go bondo in business.
Of course,
you understand? Because that's your own choice. Nobody know they control him for let go do what he want to do to himself. But me, the bet anybody say whether woman get to that age and he understand in physiology, she will not go do that unless if you don't know the dangers where include is in it. But when you reach certain age, you don't know about your body, you don't know the physiology, you don't know what the reason for that the way God create them, and you don't know why everything can happen. Then you go do that's your choice. You against them, are they against the culture where they force the young girls to go do something beyond their control. And then later on, the girls regret, why did I do this? My mama made me do it. That's what I'm against.
Madam Valda, I think, when they are talking about equality, we should start there. Equality should start with a female genital mutilation, wherein the government should pass a law that the girls should not be forced to go when they are old. Let them make that decision. I think that one of the area that they way equality, they really want equality for women. Therefore, starts there where we say we not be we became they're not they force the beginning for good day. Therefore, wait till they're old enough to make that decision.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, the other thing I want to bring up, a common theme when they talk about International Women's Day and women's issues, now women's reproductive rights. I know say we women that we get plenty controversial topics, but these are some of the things Why
are you bringing the elephant in the room?
Well, we have to, because it will be too much of a superficial talk if we not bring in at least then two controversial issue there. So we know say Salon, woman they born picking because he believes say, well, there are a number of beliefs, but number one, now the retirement plan. That's number one. People in the born picking because picking are their retirement plan. We not get like how we they see now then Western world there, people then they member, but the retirement and try for save up and try for make sure say where then stop for work, then we'll get a source of income. I'm not even sure if we pension na salon they do for anybody. The one the way they work, them pay not do for them before I say pension.
The
Now
average pension at 250 leones. So it's not even going to buy a bag of rice.
okay. So so we know say woman and they born picking one as the pension plan. But also where then they talk about women's reproductive rights. There's the whole other story around if woman not ready for born, the way where the culture they look am, the names within the color, and sometimes not that it not ready for born, sometimes it just in childbearing delayed. Sometimes don't marry 3-4 year picking not come, the way where the culture they look at. This whole idea for give woman identity based on marriage and picking, now they try to forget that. How can women get ahead if it look like say inside the society the only respected identity where woman they get now if he married and he born? Mrs.
Abiose, you talk.
Sure. Is it not sad? It is really sad. Where if we say we picking them and then we pension, we feel say we picking them that then for take care of we at an older age, and this show how backwards we still there. I can always tell people then say, I say the country is civilized past the people, and it's true because if you feel say you picking, what if you picking die? You were born. We don't still man they when I want them picking then die. And that's frustration because we are not prepared. Now they kill them. Now I make with life expectancies then so it's so short, But anyway, so come back to your question. It's really sad because we need to educate people that not so woman no more they make picking. If they get for understand that. And a lot of time it's really not the woman. Maybe that the man gets low sperm count or get issue where it be say they don't know about because tests and all day for do, So we need for, I think this for stop this because I'm thinking in my head, how are we gonna stop all of this nonsense going on? Because our nonsense, we need for starts from the kindergarten for begin educate we girls them. And not only the girls, the family. We need for tackle the family. For let all of this inequality stop. Honestly, we have to tackle the minds of the young people coming. We have to tackle the family structures. For let them know say, yes, now woman they born picking, but not woman no more they make picking. And I think because of the level of education, I make also all of this they happen. But I think where APC come, we get a lot of work for do education, whether in a school, whether in a mosque. I think we need for make programs, people that go to mosques for teach. Now church, we need for tackle areas, strategic areas them for lay all of this for let we equate, So women are not gonna be ostracized because of these things the way we say they're not even get control over.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamara.
Valda, they run a program with women that we call Advancing the Girl Child. Advancing the Girl Child, okay? Wherein we'll talk about the like their menstrual cycle. Then we'll teach them about their menstrual cycle. We give them pads. In fact, we started giving pads before this government first lady can begin give pads. We don't give pads, and it's handmade pads from the US. when I get woman and I would make them, I they ship them and go to the schools, and we get the girls. I get female staff them with program director Catherine Kabangai. We then they go to schools, then they talk to girls them about them body, they give them empathy, they talk to them about the changes and all that stuff. My own thing about all of that, if you advance the girl child and then you know who they actually are, and then they get power to make decisions about their own body and about their own self. And this thing about the culture, say for born picking, first of all, we want to reduce poverty. Programs like advancing the girl child and teaching them that having a baby out of wedlock or having a child because you want to validate yourself, it's poverty. Okay, you want, maybe most of them not get job for take care of that picking. You not able to take care of yourself. Now you don't go bring another life. You not get no support, no husband, nobody will go help you. So you find out, you see how the born picking, you poor, you picking kind inside the poverty, and you find out, say, then they struggle for take care of that picking. Now you don't get proper nutrition, you don't get proper education. Now that picking don't come on a treat. It become rare boy or rare girl. It didn't treat. You know, there is a lot of dynamic where they come into this. If the culture they force the girl picking and for born picking so they can be validated, I don't go born picking no get man. I don't go born picking no get responsible man. I don't go born picking when no get possible help them for raise this picking. Not only for born the picking, how you go raise this picking for become a better person in a society. So not only this culture get for be like you say sensitized and educated. Say not just for born the picking. How you go raise this picking. You there you know will take care of yourself. Now you get out of life now. You understand? So we believe for advancing the girl child, for teach them that there are steps to some of these things and also make right decisions. Not to just go get belay, born picking. How you go feed them? How you go educate them? How you go take care of yourself first, then you go take care of picking now. You know? So yes, I don't say the culture they push girl picking and for born picking, that you get your validation when you born picking. But if you don't get the man or the right man, we go will help you for raise that picking the right. Now for just born picking no more, we not say that they happen. People like, well, I don't 30 years old, I want born. Or I don't 25, I want born.
Yeah.
Even if you not get man, you want born. Now poverty than they, because we don't born now two you get for take care of. And that picking will get the right upbringing. Now you don't bring more burden at the society and more burden for yourself. They're more burden to extended families. Now, all that na part of poverty reduction. Now for teach you girl picking them, maybe advance yourself, go to school, learn a trade, do business, do something. Then you can able to afford to be pregnant and get a baby.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kamara. You actually bring up something where I want to follow up on, because again, being that we're talking about women and Sierra Leonean women, myself grew up in a salon, and I remember when I hit puberty, what did I do? Then give me one book. It was called Everything a Teenage Girl Should Know, and that was it.
Well,
I read the book and I'm pretty sure I didn't understand half of what was written in it. My reason for raising this is Umande now then get the bulk of the responsibility for raise the next generation, for impart into them the thinking, the mindset, the intelligence where they need for become responsible and productive citizens in partnership with the education system, but not all speaking the pool training. Now, you take number one, these early marriages, and then you take number two, the kind way we culture the way the topic of marriage and what happens in the marital bed is taboo. So most women then they married, they don't know nothing about that. Yet they get for go take responsibility of this home and the picking within the bone. Then they learn on the go. I mean, then they fly the plane as then they belong. So I want for let me talk a little bit on that topic today. This taboo around the issues of marriage and what happens in a marriage, especially in the intimate part of it.
Me? All right. So yeah, of course. I think we're growing though. It's not that bad. It's not that serious like it was in your time. I can tell you that because we are getting 12 years old, 10 years old pregnant girls now. So yes, of course there are. But the
Maybe
thing
my
is,
point, maybe you just don't underscore me point, because
so the
if they had
reason,
been taught the right things, they
yeah,
probably would not be pregnant.
and the reason is our schools are not doing a good job. Sexual education was part of the curriculum, and I think should be part of every school curriculum. The moment you had class whatever from one, I think they have to start teaching you about all of this. And if we they go through that, if we they see we picking then they 9-year-old, 10-year-old, and they get better, that means that the education system is not good. Because now from school, if make you remember, now they learn all them conversation there, because of course, don't expect you mama and papa for talk about it. When last you don't see mama only papa and aunt. Me no want to see me mama, me papa don't die, but no want to see me only aunt, or they tell them goodbye or kiss. Me papa where they come, where they say they come. Nobody no side they go. So, but this is it's very serious, And not only that, not only being a taboo conversation. So now I make the hospitals have to do a good job with that also. Birth controls, we have to empower that. That is something where the country for sponsor birth control, protected sex, the schools for embark on that. The hospital, the schools, community centers should embark on that. The chiefdom, then the one that they not chief, then forget community centers there way for teach speaking and that, so that go the churches. I know Catholic, I think it's a Catholic charity or something. The churches also should discuss that. I think every organization, even at the mosque, like I say, these are key areas that we need for targets, where we want for spread education, because it's all of this is back to the basic, being educated about something, And Madam Valda, you see this now that make we country is so poor, and now that make thief bokuna the country. When you talk about women inequality, like you say, the woman now that also the Pekin, the woman now they teach the Pekin. The woman, if you watch the Pekin, and now we then they watch closely, half of the time they're not even, you're afraid for say hello to your papa. When your papa can just say hello, you go inside room. The next morning you see how the rest you go. That is a norm. It's the everyday thing that's alone. Maybe a few people then will say, oh, my daddy took me out. Yes, kudos to them. But that is the norm now with country. And when women they not get access to all of this thing, guess what? We begin, like you say, it's passed on from generation to generation. We go up, if papa not in a house, if you go born Pekin, you there and that mama they go prostitute. Guess what? You think it's okay, it's a normal thing. You see your mommy wear short skirts, come and go. If you're not gal Pekin, guess what? When you grow up, you're gonna be doing that. And if you not get papa in a house, you're going to steal. If mama not in a house for watch you. Now I make even the kush. We see a lot of young people out there because parents then they're not planned. These kids are not planned, and then just mama just get belly. Mama going to marry, understand, get job. Papa if papa lost job, guess what? The whole family don't follow. We don't see family the way they up here. We see papa lost job, all thing drop because mama was not empowered for take care in case papa lost in job. So all of these things, it goes back to education. We need to tackle the schools, the mosques, the church, the health centers, the hospitals, maybe even at the buses. We have to have programs where for educate young people and all of this.
Thank you so much.
I totally agree with you. And I think, like I say, we get a program called Advancing the Girl Child. But again, to say this though, the government do have textbooks about teenagers where they talk about adolescents. Because Miss School, when I go, I think last year I taught 3 classes on that, teaching the boys about the changes with the body they go through, and then the other lady they teach the girls about what then body they go through. So the books and they out, adolescents books and they out where the government do have. So now just for you get people we go against counterculture, you know what I mean, for being comfortable for speak about these things. So we get a program called Advancing the Girl Child, where we gather them literally teach
Yeah,
them about.
I just want to interject a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for where you give me the knowledge, say the book then day. However, we get to also remember, say, the book then they're written in English. Me,
Yes.
the first language I learned in my life now English. I was given a book. I read the book. I didn't understand it. That's what I'm
No,
getting.
but these programs are taught in the school. Like I said, I had the opportunity to teach math school for I think 2 or 3 days. I had sessions
Is it
with
a
the
private
boys.
school?
No,
No,
no.
it's the books are given to all government schools in Sierra Leone. Then I can tell them and say there are books out there for adolescents.
Can we translate them into Creole, for instance, where people then go here, or can we make them audio, where go more, conducive to we culture? Our culture is an oral culture. Then they always talk, say, if you want to hide something, especially for African man in general, right hand on. So yes, the books are there, but almost people are able to afford for buy them book then they almost people then go read them, and almost even if they read them, almost go understand. But like
Valda,
people do so, go
these
out
books are government supplied books. Listen, some things when we good, we call them good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The government have books for adolescents that are given out for free in all government assisted schools. I happen to go to my own school. When I see the book, I was amazed. And I take the book, I teach 2 chapters on it. Now my school explain. The thing is, what the culture we get for let teacher the way passionate about this. People the way really want for help the them. But the books are there. If it's every government support assisted school get them books and free, the government is supply them. Me, I even for see them na salon. And I teach 2 chapters to me picking in my school. Tell them about them body, the changes and how things they happen and waiting them for do. Because you see, the teenage years are the most tumultuous years for all the girls or the boys. But if they're not getting, they don't know. Say, here I don't begin grow. This don't begin make. Then they wonder, what's going to happen to me body? But there are books out there. But anyway, like you say, we get for sensitize with picking them. We get for teach them, be passionate about it. Maybe it translate into Creole or with local languages. Because the most effective, maybe the city or the school center will teach them about the villages. Those things are taboo because the culture and the villages, you need to talk about sex. You need to talk about those kind of things. You know what I mean? But the picking will get privilege for going to any school. They get opportunity for listening to the lesson. Now the teacher, the way they teach them, for be passionate enough for say, this we can stop poverty, this we can able for help picking them for understand about their sexuality, about their body, if we able teach them anything. But the books are there. I can tell you that. Salon get the books them. Adolescents.
Where the teachers are not doing a good job.
Evidently they are not. Evidently they are not. But anyway, in terms of also the hardship, the culture, anyway, this situation for cut down poverty, that early child marriage.
Yes.
The early child marriage, when they put them picking in 12, 13, 14, they don't go get to man. You understand? That picking not have been nothing but man. You understand? They go abuse them. I visit a teenage holding facility in Sierra Leone where a young lady were killed because he met with the abuser. You understand? Now at 16 years old, they don't go life in prison. 16. I ask her, witness his story. He said that with the abuser and this married don't go first and no one did it. So he ended up taking met in Piquet to him, na Latin. Out of jealousy, out of anger. Yeah, I tell you. She was 16. He met with the beat him. The man they beat him. You know one day na they married. So he won't get back to them. He already picking at Latin. Now he did prison, life imprisonment for murder at 16.
Wow.
And there are maybe many stories like that. I've seen it. I talked to her. Ask her, how can you kill a baby? He said, I'm a mate. If they abuse me, the man they beat me, he said they abuse me. You know, at 16 and the first time for go married.
Yeah, that's a heartrending story. But again, I will start this segment of the program by asking you to paint the picture of the life of an average woman from cradle to grave. I think, say, in with discussions, we don't kind of give a bit of a timeline. Say, plenty women there, waiting and they look forward to in their life is early marriage. Well, man also look forward or waiting will happen in their life because of poverty, because of lack of opportunities, because of lack of education. I mean, don't talk earlier in the program, say the education rate for women is in the 20th percentile, whereas the men, then they say somewhere around 67%, somewhere there. So lack of all of these opportunities seems to push women into early marriages because then people, they're not able to take care of them, and then they move on into early marriages, and sometimes most times those marriages end up being abusive, and it looks like the plight of women in Sierra Leone is not very positive. But I want for we end on a bit of a positive note. Dr. Konteh be highlight a few women there of note. When they talk about, his experience with women. I want to ask Una this question. Whose benefits Salon go derive from empowering women?
Valda, if I can say so from a man's perspective,
I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds each.
Sierra Leone will be developed and excel if they empower women and include women in all spheres of life. The women that women don't get experience for work with, they are smart, they are very passionate, and they can excel if given the opportunity. We need for empower them, we need for give them the right, we need for encourage them, we need for invest in them. And this GIWI legislation wouldn't just pass, wouldn't they talk about, this government they talk about, I mean, example, well, look what they did to Laura Taylor Pierce. As intelligent as she is, look what they do to her. If Sierra Leone encourage women and support them and invest in them, the nation will develop and the nation will change. And women are 52% of the population. Yes, 52%.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre.
So when women are given equal rights, economical growth will happen. We'll see financial stability. Even the country will be stable because we're the bearer of children, and we are the one bringing up these children, structuring them, setting them up for the future. And we will see that when women are given this right, when they make the workplace become family friendly, all of this, we'll see changes in the nation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamar, Mrs. Pierre. We don't come to the end of time. I just want to bring back Dr. Richard Konteh for make you say a goodbye. But before that, I'm giving you 5 seconds each to say goodbye to our audience. Mr. Kamar?
We fumble them on a tata. Till next time.
Thank you. Mrs. Pierre?
Fine with them. Thank you for listening. I will see you next week.
Thank you so much for your contributions. And Dr. Konteh, as usual, you get the last say.
Yeah, thank you very much, Valda, and thank you, Abiose and Osman. I think this is a very lively discussion, a very topical issue, and I can feel the passion with which some of the issues they want to express. I want to suggest that we get a continuation of this program next week. Let me continue for delve a bit more into these issues. Let's try to bring some of these issues to the fore because they get to the heart of we culture and how aspects of the culture where we don't interpret negatively, they get a very devastating effect on the entire society. I believe we need for get these discussions a bit more, and we wish that maybe next week we'll try to get more women for joining in these discussions. Let we discuss a bit more. Women are assets that we society we will not for abuse. We picking them, we abuse them, even through some of the traditional practices like female genital mutilation. We deprive, we picking them of a whole life of pleasure and happiness thereafter. Even for procreation, we get cases of these things away, they can go terribly bad. Yes, with traditional cultures need to be upheld, but some of the practice system, where health-wise and otherwise not helpful for picking them, we get for change them because they get very devastating effect on the beginning and the later lives. So while we'll get a bit more discussions on that, the whole issue about early marriages, forced marriages, and all the negatives that go with them. When I listen to the case study where Osman presents, it's sad that it became, he so feel insecure, he so feel devastated, he so feel bad about how they treat her, that the only way he feels say forget back at them that for resort to that type of action, and now look I end up. A young child at 16, life in prison, which means he will end up for day in a prison for like 20, 30 years until somebody with a humanitarian feeling come and grant him pardon. And then by the time he come back into society, nobody no one deal with them. Stigma, but then we put on them, look and back. You know, these are all issues where I believe so we need to talk a bit more about them, and I'm glad that we don't come to the fore. And there's no better time for get these types of discussions like this time where they celebrate the woman them in this country, they celebrate the virtues, women would celebrate the successes, women they don't make a they still talk about the potentials women then get and the need for make we give them more opportunities for where they actualize their potentials. So thank you very much, Valda, and thank you, panelists. Let's come back next week. Let's have a bit more of these discussions, and then we hope say together we'll try to find lasting solutions to this menace for the plague country. May God help you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. Fambul Now we program that for today. Una thank you, una come for Kablisin we invite una for come back next week, same time, same place. Una good night, good morning, and good evening wherever you are in the globe. Bye.